Working. Oh, there it goes. Oh my gosh, someone's already. Sorry. Um, Hi guys. Need to get words written today. So, hi Jesse. Hi. I definitely need to get this done. I've been I haven't been lazy today, but I've been working on other stuff. Um, but I'm going to share this really quick on Instagram. I'm a hot mess, but I have snacks. So there's that. I never know if it's working or what's going on. So, but what is everyone else working on currently? Um, how's Nano going? Are you on track to meet Nano with Nano? I can't talk right now. This is where my brain's been all day. I'm also very tired. But oh my gosh. Why can't I do anything in a timely manner? I don't I'm not sure. But I've been cleaning all day and I also went to Trader Joe's. So that was very important that I went to Trader Joe's. I also need to edit a vlog, but I haven't gotten there yet. I have my first 2 weeks of a vlog ready to edit and I'm scared to edit the footage. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I've just had a wild time trying to get things done. But there's a lot of exciting things coming in my life, so not quite too mad about it, but I need to get back on my YouTube game. Should have done this beforehand, but I didn't, so I apologize. I really like that Instagram now allows you to put a link in the story so people can just click the link because I always hated the swipe up feature because not everyone could have that. You had to have a certain amount of followers to have that, and I hated that. So I'm very excited that Instagram has finally allowed it. But I'm gonna turn this off because I will start playing the stream at the same time. I feel like that's a standard thing for people to do, and I also feel like I'm really close to the camera, but that's okay. But I want to make sure everything's going well. But currently, let's see what my draft word count is. I'm at 23,181 words. And I feel like it's a hot mess, but it's a first draft, so it's okay. But definitely a hot mess. I feel like this one is harder to get the story to mold how I want it, where Dark Radiance was easier. I don't know, maybe it's just the genre because I'm writing high fantasy and I wrote urban fantasy before. It's one of those ones. But I didn't really announce this, so this is very much a impromptu lazy Sunday sprint. Why can't I think of words? So I am going to start off with a 15-minute sprint, I think. Hi Ray, how are you doing? What are you working on for Nano, or are you working on Nano stuff? Yeah, I think I'm going to start with 15 minutes. I really don't remember how to work Streamlabs, so let's see if I can figure this out. It's been a minute since I've done any streams, let alone hosted them. We may or may not be able to do this. How do I share my screen? Welcome to my hot mess. Oh, there it goes. Down at the bottom, share your screen. Yes, allow. Oh my gosh. Click to unlock. That's fun. So I can't share my screen apparently. Yes, I can. There we go. I've lied to you. I don't know what my computer's doing. It's a new computer, so I haven't streamed on this one. But I'm gonna start with a 15-minute sprint, I think, because it just helps me like get into the group of things. I'm not really working on NaNo, but I'm working on a few different writing projects. First thing I'm going to work on is some poetry. Ooh, I like poetry. I don't like writing poetry, but I like reading poetry. But I did take a poetry class. But I'm going to start this 15-minute sprint, so we can get into it, and then we can see how we do. So let's start that. I'm going to mute myself, but if anything crazy happens, let me know in the chat. Okay, how did everybody do? Let me see what mine. I only wrote 343 words in this sprint, but it was a 15-minute sprint, and my characters are being stubborn. So, hi, Livy. I definitely need lots of words, so we're going to be doing a few sprints tonight. What are you currently working on for Nano? I'd love to know. Um, oh, I want a cat. Um, that's okay. I would give the cat cuddles before I wrote more of a poem to Ray. I'm trying to think. Yeah, my characters are being stubborn. Like I know what they want to say, but I don't know how to put it onto the page right now. So super fun. Um, but I definitely want to get into like the meat of the story because I feel like I'm floundering, but that's okay because I feel like with each new work in progress, you flounder a little bit and you have to just dig yourself out of that grave. I don't know why I lean into the camera. I'm working on a YA urban fantasy that involves vampires and sorcery. That sounds like just my kind of book. I love urban fantasy. Clearly, that's why I wrote a urban fantasy novel. That's why my first series is urban fantasy. I have a special place in my heart for urban fantasies, specifically vampires. I really do love vampires, but also the added sorcery. I cannot wait. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. What are you currently working on? We just did a 15-minute sprint, so we should do, I don't know, do you want to do like 25, 30? What are you guys feeling? Um, you're working on plotting your first screenplay. That's fun. I am working on a screenplay as well in my free time. Might have to do with my first book. I just felt like it'd be fun to write one. So yeah, I love screenplays and they're super fun to write. And it's such a different medium than a novel, and so I like to play in that realm as well. I'm with you. I'm in the meat of the book. It is so fun yet nerve wracking. I just want to get to like I'm the problem with me is that I have a problem writing out of order, so I can't do that. And all I want to do is write like out of order scenes, but then I don't know where to put them. So yeah, 20 to 30, 25 to 30 sounds good to me. 25 to 30 is good for me too. Okay, let's do like 25. A dog is choking out there. I don't know who. So I'm gonna reset this to 25. But yeah, and I've been having a hard time focusing today. Maybe because I wrote a lot yesterday, but I want to try to get ahead of Nano um, because Thanksgiving's coming up in not this week. Next week is Thanksgiving, and I know I just don't write like I should on Thanksgiving or on Black Friday, so I just need to write a little bit more. I'm technically, I don't know where I'm supposed to be at for today. The 14th, we're supposed to be at 23,338 words, and after that writing sprint, I'm at 23,521 words. So I'm ahead of the game, but I'd like to get even more ahead of the game. And it also stresses me out when I go down here and it's like, at this rate, you'll finish by November 30th. And I'm like, will I? Will I really though? But yeah. Let me get back to the sprint. No, how do I do this? There we go. Let's do 25 minutes and I will see you on the other side of the sprint. How did everybody do? Hi, Amanda. Hi, let's see what I wrote. I wrote 705 words, so that's good. I definitely had a hard time like visualizing what I was writing because it's a training scene with swords. So if you saw me like kind of moving, it's because I view it very much like choreography, and I had to like figure out how it's done. But I know in like the second draft, I'm going to be able to fix all that. Um, but I was definitely trying to make sure I got the movements done. I wrote just below 1,000. That is so good. I wish I wrote faster, but today is not that day. I'm having a real hard time. Victoria said I filled out one scene card and then started to jump around a bit. So do you like have cards that like are for each scene, or is that in like Scrivener? I'm always interested in everyone else's like writing process, and I wish I could jump around in my work in progress, but my brain just doesn't compute it that way. I have my outline like in Google Docs right now, all like written out in bullet points, but yeah. Um, I've also noticed that I wrote the outline, but I'm kind of shifting points as I go through. And yeah. Yep, I'm using Scrivener. I use Scrivener too, but I haven't been using it to write in Nano lately because I want to be able to use my Google Docs on other computers. And that don't have Scrivener. So I like put my stuff into Scrivener once I've edited it. Like just gone through, made sure everything looks okay. But I have Scrivener on both these computers, but another computer that I use, I don't. I'm getting to the part where I don't know what is happening, so it's hard to quantify. I feel that I've never been the like person who writes out an outline. I've always been very much a pantser, but for this project, I definitely knew the story because I like sat on it for a long time, and I wrote it out one day when I went to a coffee shop, but I definitely still feel myself being a pantser and adding stuff in when I didn't have that on my outline. So, yeah. I am the same way. I can write down ideas ahead, but I cannot write the actual story out of chronological order. LOL, my mind would go crazy. Yeah, I can't. Like, I definitely have quotes that I have in my outline. Like, let's see, when's the next one where I have like a quote that I put in here? I also think my outline's really funny because I'll write things like tension is bubbling, folks, like anyone but me is reading it. Let's see. Oh, here's one. It says, "Do you trust the mortal girl? No, but I trust her anger and I need to prove that she is trusted enough to return to her sister. So we eliminate her if she is to win the games, that is. We are to kill her no matter what. If she wins the entire kingdom's favor, she is deadly fire and we cannot let it be that cannot be left to burn." So that's like my next quote that I have, but I have those like dotted through my um outline because I will think of something like in the shower or something and I'll write it in my notes app. I know, I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. That was like my goal for the end of 2021, but I stopped posting because life got crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life that I'm not talking about quite yet, but it's a lot of exciting stuff. But I definitely want to start posting. I have to edit a video tonight, and it's my like first 2 weeks of NaNo because I work 8:30 to 5, and I felt like just having 1 week of Nano clips, it wasn't gonna work. So I have 2 weeks to edit together tonight for next week's upload. I feel that I take huge breaks from posting on YouTube and Instagram because sometimes life just gets in the way. Yeah, and I've been posting videos not on this channel, but on other channels since I was 12. So, like, I was in 6th grade. I'm 25, so it was like the dawn of YouTube. And I've been editing since then too, and it's just been like a constant thing, and I love it, and I love doing it, but 2021 has been quite a crazy year. So, yeah, and there's just been a lot of life changes, and I feel like 2021 is a lot harder than 2020 was. It's just my opinion, but there's just a lot of things going on. Exciting things, but a lot of things, and it's also stunted my writing a lot too, so yeah. What do you guys want to do for a next sprint after we're done talking? Also, look how cute these Grinch, I don't know if you can tell. These Grinch Hershey Kisses. I got them at Target because I couldn't help myself. TikTok made me buy them. But what are you guys feeling? Another 30? A little longer? The last one was actually 25. So we could do like 25, 30 again. We could do 30 and up. Whatever you guys are feeling. I would like to hit 25K in this writing sprint, which I'm at 24,189 words currently. And if I can break the 25K mark, which I don't know what I'm supposed to hit that for Nano. I feel like Nano's site is really hard to like navigate sometimes. I don't know. It's just I need to be updated, I feel like. I'm supposed to hit 25,000 tomorrow. That's like the goal for tomorrow. So I don't know. That's kind of where I want to be because let's see. What day? Oh my gosh. I don't know why my phone is or my computer is freaking out. I was trying to see where we're supposed to be by Thanksgiving. The 25th is the date. So let's see. By the 25th, we're supposed to be at 41,000 words. And I want to be able to say I'm like close to that or above that by Thanksgiving because your girl will not. Maybe I'll write on Thanksgiving this year. I'm not sure. I don't really have like a whole ton planned. 25 or 30, maybe 30. 30 would be good. Hopefully, I'll reach 10K tonight. Yes, I hope you reach 10K too. What are you working on, Amanda? Like, what's your story? Did you already tell me that? I don't think you did. We'll do 30. While I'm resetting the clock, I will. But yeah, I want to. This is like the 1 year I'm kind of like really doing well at Nano. I don't know why. And maybe because I just haven't given up, whereas other years I've just given up. But also the other years I was working in like retail. So I previously worked at Barnes and Noble, and it was really hard to keep up with a schedule of writing while also doing holiday hours. I was doing so many doubles. Doubles were my life. I lived in that store. I breathed that store. Don't get me wrong, loved the store. But it was a lot. But yeah, so I have the clock set. So let's get started on this next sprint. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to read what Amanda's working on. For this Nano, I'm working on YA fantasy with some adventure and historical fiction sprinkled in. I love when historical fiction is sprinkled in. My Nano project has folklore in it, so like Scottish folklore, and it's really fun because there's also just like a lot of like little nuances to like Scottish like history in it. So I really appreciate when authors do that. I plan on being a series. It's about a teenage girl who finds out she's able to travel through time after the death of her father. He was able to do that. I love anything with time travel. Time travel is my jam, and I don't feel like I've read a ton of books with a lot of time travel. Scottish folklore originally was going to have time travel in it, and then I was like, I don't really want to deal with the logistics of that. So I instead were realm jumping. So there's different realms, and you can realm jump. And one of my characters is a realm jumper. They're on the team because there's games in the realms, the millennial game, and my main character Kaylin has been brought into the games unwillingly to be the champion and work with the prince's team to play this capture the flag through the realms jam. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So the series will be on her adventures and navigating this new world of traveling and meeting enemies that hunt after these time travelers, which she didn't know about, and actually meeting others. I find a lot of, especially science based time travel books, don't get published. Fantasy time travel is more likely to be traditionally published, but science based time travel isn't. Yeah, I don't read a lot of science fiction, so I don't really know a whole ton about like science time travel, but definitely fantasy time travel is huge. One of my favorite series with time travel is Alexander Bracken's Wayward. What is that called? Oh my gosh, I feel like a fraud. I'm Alexander Bracken trash, so I need to Bracken. What is this called? My favorite series of hers is The Darkest Minds, and she's from Arizona, so I'm very much I love her a lot. Very nice. Hold on. Wayfair. I was close. Wayfair, and is the second book, but Passenger is the first book, and I really like that time travel concept. I don't fully remember everything. It's been a long time, but I do remember it. It was very good, and that was probably like the last time travel book I read because I haven't read the Ruby Red series, and that's yeah. Do you live in Arizona? My husband and I just moved to Texas a few weeks ago. I do live in Arizona currently, for a little while longer. Um, but I have friends in Texas and family in Texas, and I've always wanted to like visit. I've driven through, and stayed in like small towns. Stayed in Beaumont, Texas. Smallest little town. I don't know. I love it there. There's nothing there. When we drove, I drove to Florida. So when I drove to Florida, they didn't have a Walmart. And then 6 months later, when I drove home, they had a Walmart. And I was like, look at you moving on up. But yeah, I have friends there. Um, Anyways, let's start this sprint for 30 minutes. I hope everyone does well. And yeah, I'm going to mute myself now. How did everybody do on that one? Let's see. Trying to see where I left off. I wrote 918 words and I hit 25,000. So I'm at 25,000 and 38 words on this writing sprint, which is really good. That was my goal. I was just told that dinner was ready. Two, hi. I hope you're having a good night. Victoria wrote 4.5 scene cards and almost done with Act 1. Good job. I'm incredibly impressed you were able to do that. And Amanda wrote 1,189 words. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I'm so glad that we were all very productive during this sprint. Like I said, dinner's done, so I'm gonna go eat. And it's 7:08, so I have some last minute things to do before I go to work tomorrow. Livy wrote 1,100. You guys are really fast writers. I'm really impressed. I don't know what's wrong with me today. But I hope everyone has a really good night. I hope this was productive and you hit some of your word counts. But I'm gonna go, and I will probably do some more impromptu sprints with everybody this week, depending on how this week goes. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.